Oh, by the way, hi. What's going on, guys? I have some great news. We're gonna get some rain next week. But in other news is the topic of this video. I mean goal of this video. Pretty simple. We need to delete that, also that, and the sneaky bastard over there as well. And like I explained last year when I finished this bed, that I want to make the bed actually slightly longer, maybe about this much, not a lot, just like 1.5 meters maybe do, and you know, beyond that. What is going on over here? Are those bees? Is there a bee nest somewhere? What? Dude, so many of them. Wow, they're going all over the place. Dude, I had no idea. Okay, maybe there's a nest somewhere. But anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, the bed. So I want to expand the workshop bed further, about 1.5 to 2 meters. So it's gonna probably end somewhere here, and directly against it we're gonna do another bed where the firewood apparatus will be sitting on permanently. Now currently I'm not really sure the orientation of that setup and how I'm gonna set everything up, but you know, that's not really important right now. Most likely though, I'm gonna just kind of pick the guy up there from there, flip it around and put it here, so the log deck will be on that side, but that's not important right now. The first obstacle is obviously the trees. We need to get rid of them. Now in this video I'm just gonna focus on getting rid of the trees, and the stumps plus ground preparation for the bed bore is gonna be another adventure, definitely. You know, there's actually a couple of more reasons why we should definitely get rid of these trees. It's just not because of the bed, actually. I mean, this one is, look at this. This guy is basically gonna fall over on its own any day now. I mean, that guy seems pretty stable. I think that's fine, but this dude, there's just like a lot of death up there, right? Look at that. I would say maybe like 80% of the branches are just completely dried out and dead. And actually this piece just fell down. A couple of days ago, it was just kind of laying here. I drew it there. And just imagine if you walk under here and all of a sudden a branch broke off, get hit in the head. Dude, that's just game over, right? There's pretty big dead branches up there. They're just gonna die. Now the tree itself is not dead. It's growing new branches all over the place. But no, this is poplar, so it's very normal for this type of tree to have like a lot of dead branches. Eventually they will fall off. The tree will grow new branches, but it's just kind of too dangerous. Plus, it's leaning pretty heavily. And you can see the lean from this imagery right at the shed. It might even fall on the Kirvets park, plus gonna smash up the power line as well. So the first one definitely needs to go. The middle one, questionable. That as well. And then we have that one, which is also extremely leany, but luckily not the worst towards this side. It's actually pointing that way, but still it's gonna get in the way. And also the oak, the little young oak. Now I would totally leave it here, but it's most likely gonna get in the way, right? So we need to get rid of all of them. And about the little spruces here, I'm just gonna try to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna pick them out of the ground with the Yanmar and go replant them somewhere else. We don't need to destroy those. Now about this job though, I've been giving it quite a bit of thought how I'm gonna tackle it, and honestly seems like the obvious candidate is right over there. Get to work, Mr. Chair. But yeah, I kind of always thought I'm gonna use this to tackle those trees. But guys, I think I chose a different approach for this job at the moment, so hopefully not gonna disappoint. Yeah, we're gonna bother Joseph for this project. I actually do have a couple of pretty valid reasons why we should go with this, why this is a safer option right now. So I only have like one spot I can divert these trees at, and that's right over there, either towards the red wagon or between the rows of firewood. And I don't really have any room to work with the big hoe. Basically I would need to either be on the pad, and I can't be there because it's occupied right now, or I would need to be somewhere over here. But dude, the power line, I mean the power post is right over here. Also power, dude, what the happened? Stupid ass rain. It was not supposed to come for at least a couple of days. Now it's raining. Okay, whatever. The power line is also very low to the ground, right? I'm probably just, I can't really see what the rear end of that giant massive excavator is doing, and if I turn the entire apparatus in this spot, I'm probably just gonna smash the post down with the rear end, or bring the entire line down with the boom. I mean, that stupid line is very close to the ground. That's like freaking 4 meters, maybe even less than that. And working with a 30-ton excavator under a 4-meter power line, dude, that just seems like something's about to explode. Not worth it, I think. Not worth the risk. And Joseph seems like the best, I mean safest. It's not the best, but it's the safest option to do this job. Just one by one pull the guys down. Actually, maybe the first two will be able to even just kind of cut them down with the chainsaw. Don't need to bother Joseph for that. The only sketchy thing that we need to do is we need to get the tank rope up there somehow. And we're probably going to use the same technique we used last year when pulling down trees with the dozer. So we're just going to use the little attachment I have over there. Gonna lift the tank rope up to some height, tie the thing off, and just pull the thing down. And Joseph is more than capable of actually pulling this size of a tree down without even cutting the bottom or doing any guide cuts to it or anything like that. However, this time around we're probably gonna do the cuts because this just causes too much collateral damage to the log itself. We did have a lot of like pointless cracks inside the log because of that violent pull. Not worth it. This is a pretty straight piece, so we can definitely use it for sawmilling purposes. Don't want to mess that up. So that one definitely needs to be pulled down, and this one as well. We need to counter that lean towards that side as well. I don't want that guy to go there. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we can just kind of fall out there, remove the stuff out of the way, and maybe that's a bit easier than trying to pull it that way. But anyway, let's kind of get to work. I think each tree has its own issues, so we need to get them down one by one. The first couple of ones though, maybe we can just cut down with the chainsaw. I mean that side will definitely go there, but because of the massive rot in the center, maybe the other limb might go that way. So That's probably gonna mess something up if that happens. You know, cutting down these types of sketchy ass trees is always risky because you can't really predict how the thing is gonna break once it finally starts to fall. No, I'm not planning to remove the stumps as of right now. And we'll deal with the stumps a bit later once we get the big yellow over there in working condition. Right now I just want to get the trees down because in just a couple of weeks they're gonna start leaving up. And then the work is just more annoying, I guess. And maybe we should move the new glue as well. What is that? You wanna catch the tree so it doesn't hurt the moth. That's the best idea you ever had. I'm gonna park you closer. Dude, I think this thing is gonna drop on my the Kirves front end loader. Whatever, man, that thing is indestructible anyway. Holy shit. Dude, look at this. This guy broke in half for no reason. Bunch of mushrooms holding it together, I guess. Very dangerous. Completely rot down here as well. Yeah, pretty rough state, this one. Oh. Looks like it did land on the loader. Hopefully all the hydraulic hoses survived. Oh man. I hope that cylinder is okay. I think it's fine. Wood, right? That can't really harm chrome. Hard chrome. Yeah, I think it's fine. Whatever. Look at that thing. Maybe I should put something under it so we could collect the maple syrup. That thing is just running so fast. Or maybe it was maple sap. I'm not really sure. Maple something. Yeah, it has this sweet taste to it. Very good. Look how wet the guy is. But anyway, before we deal with the next tree, let's clean up the mess. We don't need 10 trees piling on top of each other. That's just annoying and really annoying. Well, Bobcat made quick work of that. But dude, look at that! Look at that thing! Look at the shape of this guy. It's like a statue. You know, I would just kind of love to take this guy to the fire pit and just let it burn up there, bro. Processing these types of logs into firewood is just the worst. But it's totally still worth it. I mean, you can get so much firewood from this junk, and at least I have the equipment to make it work. So. Oh. Look at that guy. Sorry, the Girvet splitter has made some new friends. But anyway, I think I need to do one more firewood processing before we move this guy to the other bed. And everything I'm gonna get right now, I'm gonna put on the bed, and if that gets full, I'm probably gonna put it on the ground somewhere. But before we move this guy over there, then we need to empty the bed again, plus whatever is left on the ground. But now I need to order more of those boxes. I'm kinda out right now. I have a bunch of them over there. Those are all full. Basically I only have like 2 left. That's not enough. You know, I kinda like the idea of having a permanent log deck for firewood. Then instead of whenever you're doing like some work, you might get some firewood material, right? And instead of putting that on the ground somewhere to wait its turn, put it immediately on the log deck. And once the log deck gets full, you process the material, right? And I think that's the best option. But next up, I think before we try to tackle this guy, we should try to replant these guys. I'm gonna go try to figure out where I can put these. Plus we need to wake up the Anmar. Can't believe this little bugger had so big roots. Look at that. And I can put one of them here. I got like a little dirt, which is basically dead. And I figured maybe I can fit the remaining 4 here. So maybe one there. Got like a little empty spot. Then 1, 2, 3. I mean, this guy might kind of get in the way, but maybe not. Actually, during the summertime, we're probably gonna clean up this mess as well. And also this really old, I think it's a cherry tree, but I think it's just so old. It's still very good and strong, but very old. Can't even get the stupid tree out. There's like giant roots everywhere. was not able to even push that thing. Hopefully they will go. I think they're gonna go. Last year we also replanted some spruces from the same location, and I did a little drip a couple of days ago. All of them are still green, so I think they're fine. Spruce usually endures pretty well. But guys, this gives us hope. You know, the little Yanmar, maybe we can use that thing to get that giant boat anchor out of the workshop. And last time I tried to move this thing with the bobcat, guy wouldn't be able to even push it. But this dude seemed to handle it pretty well. Maybe we can use that. Can't wait for that day, honestly. But no, as of right now, we have more important things that we need to deal with. No, not you, stupid Thor. I'm gonna ram you down one day. Always interrupting me. By the way, ever since yesterday, I've been kind of toying with a new idea. Yeah, I know. It's very normal. I change my plans every 5 seconds. But hear me out. So you guys know that I've been talking about it, that I want that pad to be the new main workshop, right, for the bigger machines. And then right against that pad, somewhere over here, we're gonna do another pad where the apparatus will be placed, right? Well, ever since yesterday, I've been kind of thinking that maybe we should skip the stupid workshop altogether and just leave this pad for this firewood making purposes. Now, before you chomp my bones and try to murder me or something of the sorts, hear me out. I have a couple of good valid reasons why we should take that route. Okay, number A. If we put a giant workshop here, it's gonna be like another giant shed in the middle of the shed department, right? I mean, we went from spaceport to ramport, and then we're gonna end up with shedport. It's just like too many sheds too close to each other, I think. Number B, I already have a workshop, right, in the main house. The only negative side is that I can't park the Kirves in there. The ceiling is too low. But that's really the only negative side. Now, other than the ceiling height, this thing is pretty decently huge, right? Plus, once we remove that wall, we can even make it bigger. Dude, I can build stuff like this inside the workshop. Then I don't think I really need like a bigger workshop, right? This thing is heated. This thing is insulated. Walls, ceiling. Already have everything here. Why would I need to build another one? Sure, the Kirveses and stuff like that, the bigger machines, I can't fit them in here, but do I really need to fit them in here? I don't think so. I mean, we can still work on them there, right? You know, number C, I never installed a grease pit there, right? Now, I kind of was late on that matter. the idea of the workshop came a bit later. Now, if you did not know, this pad was originally meant for Joseph only, just to park his fat ass on the thing, nothing much else. So A, B, C, D. I figured if I put the workshop here and then the firewood processor behind it, I could only orientate the roller deck in such a way that, well, I would basically like need to turn it around like that. So the cutting deck would be on that side instead, and the log deck would be here somewhere. But that log deck would end up, you know, the far end of it would end up somewhere over here. So that would significantly like cut down my passage from this area, right? Unless I took these trees down as well and just kind of expand that way, but you know, right now I don't want to do that. And as of yesterday, I've been giving it quite a bit of thought, and I think I'm gonna go with this option, but it's still kind of an idea at the moment. It seems like the best option out of any option, honestly. I think I don't need a giant workshop anyway. Maybe in the future. Right now I don't see the need for it. Well, to be honest, we could make the workshop here, right? I mean, I already got the grease pit over there, and look how many machines can fit on the bed. We should put a roof over this area. Open workshop. We don't even need walls. We can add them later if we find that we need them. So as of right now, 100 something percent the workshop, which was supposed to come here, that plan has probably changed now, and most likely this is gonna be the firewood bed instead. But it's not gonna stay like this. I still need to expand the bed ever so slightly because I want to change the orientation of the entire setup a bit. Currently I've not figured that part out yet, but whatever, we'll do that some other day. You know, let's focus. Oh, by the way, what do you guys think about that idea? Skip the giant workshop, and this will be the firewood bed. What do you guys think? Right now, let's try to get the trio down. I'm gonna notice the giant crack on the other side, all the way down there. So if I got a notch there, most likely this guy will just kind of break off from the remaining tree. This will probably remain standing. Not really sure which is like a good option for this dude. I think I can cut that down with the chainsaw, honestly. But we should probably play it safe. I'm gonna get some type of a rope up there and then use the Yanmar to pull it towards that direction. Dude, something smells like PS. Man, I did not expect that. Guy took a little detour, apparently. Look at those clowns, they're laughing at me right now. Man, goodbye, blood. Well, to be brutally honest, then it didn't even look like it was going there, you know. I kind of glimpsed it at the final moment, saw that it's gonna hit that tree. I didn't expect it to break in half though, that was just, that kind of came out of nowhere. Man, look at that. Oh, it's completely rot inside, that's why it broke so easily, look at that. Oh man! Looks like the Kirvets loader is taking all the hits today. Luckily, it doesn't give two craps about that, obviously. Actually, this thing kind of broke oddly easily, so maybe it's rot. Now that seems pretty okay. Maybe it's still frozen inside. Good thing I went with a little extension for the Yanmar, right? Just imagine being like 3 or 4 meters towards the tree. I mean, yeah, it would have been a lot more fun, the impact and all. Yanmar took a little hit as well. Whatever. We'll deal with the next tree next, but first, as always, let's clean up the mess. Stop sleeping on the job. Look at that dude over there. Ooh. Nice view. Hopefully it won't fall down. Oh, look at that. That's pretty nice. Whoa. Look at that over there, guys. Much better view. Pointless trees in the way though. No. It's okay, we'll fix that soon. I'm pretty sure that guy wants to also kind of go that way. And we'll probably like try to pull something down as well. We don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna try to pull it a bit more this way, I guess. Maybe that will play out perfectly and it will come to that direction. guess it's sort of a gamble, you know. You're not pulling towards the direction you want the tree to fall, but it's leaning badly, so maybe it's gonna fall to the perfect spot anyway. Looks like I wasn't joking about the gear harvest loader taking out hits. We managed to hit it with 3 trees so far, bro, and we have only felled 3 trees so far. So, man, I'm so good. But it looks like it doesn't really matter. I don't think you can really break this guy. Bloody hell! Yeah, I wasn't even pulling towards that direction. I was kind of pulling there. So actually, maybe I should have pulled over there in order to ensure a fall somewhere over there. And with that being said, I think I'm not even gonna attempt to pull that guy. Honestly, it just has like a very serious lean towards that side. And maybe I can play dumb a bit and pull that guy that way. Maybe then it will counter that lean and fall there, you know. That's a bit of a risk though. Me, I just cleaned everything up. I got a strange feeling I've done that before. And that looks actually really cool. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all those broken off branches in the past, the tree has fully grown over them, almost. That's actually really cool, honestly. Looks like a little mushroom. Yeah, look at that. The branch has been dead for a while. It hasn't broken off yet, but the tree is already trying to cover up the hole. Most of you know this, but if you don't, then trees don't repair damage. They just cover up. They cover up the damage. Another gorgeous day to do stuff. I'm gonna go on a lunch break. You know what, guys? I'm kind of working on a wild theory over here. That guy has taken the hit like 3 times, right, so far. And every time I have tried to divert the tree so it wouldn't hit that guy, but I have failed. So maybe if we try to actually hit the guy, it's gonna go somewhere else. Worth a shot, right? It's just in case cut those flat. So if I fall down, I wouldn't be impaled. Kyllä sinne perse kurdi puhuu, kes sitsi kurdi. Okay, so directly pulling it towards the loader now. And my guess is that it's gonna fall down, bounce back up, and directly fly through the Kirvetz's windshield. I think that's a conspiracy theory. You try to pull in one direction, but it always goes to the other direction. But if you try to pull at the wrong direction, it always goes to the correct direction. Wow. Maybe we should pull that guy towards the power line. Maybe in that case it's not gonna end up on the power line, but rather, you know, on the sawmill bed already got into blanks. And also the length was like perfectly calculated, honestly. It's just in case I wanted to put the boom up front, so if it did actually reach me, then I would be, you know, that would go against the tree, falling tree. But looks like it didn't even reach me. Yeah, I think this one actually went the best so far. Like absolutely no collateral damage. Right where I wanted it to fall. But anyway, guys, give me like a quick second. I'm gonna clear this up as well. tuul, no mine perse ära omadega. Hit something like a piece of steel, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we definitely flew through something, man. Oh, look at the teeth, they're all kind of bent downwards. Wow, I have to go sharpen this. There's some steel in there or something. That's pretty bad. You probably can't tell very well from the camera, but I'm gonna try to make like a picture for you as well. Man. Look at that. We hit something seriously hard inside there. I don't think that's barbed wire, but maybe. Now I'm kind of curious, honestly. Maybe some genius at some point thought, hey, let's try to drill a hole through that tree. And maybe a drill bit got stuck. Well, hopefully we don't have to do that again. By the way, guys, the amount of bees here is just insane. I don't think there's like a nest, I guess. I guess they're just kind of looking for food. Look how many of them are here. Now this piece of log rolled down, and one bee was actually unfortunate enough to get squashed, sadly. Poor guy. Stupid gravity. And there's a lot of them here as well, in the sawdust. Quite the trooper over there. Man, bees are so cool. Much better than the other guys. But you know, the other guys are useful as well as food. Hopefully it will not hit that piece of crap again. Küll raisk. Ma ramin selle sita peas orbiidile pärast jossiga. Change of land, guys. We'll deal with that stubborn dude a bit later. And this one will kinda hurt, but I don't think I have like a... And that one is like a relatively young oak. I mean, it has like a really weird and very long branch, so I guess we could cut that off to make it look a bit better. But I've been kind of thinking that maybe I can keep it somehow, but honestly I think it's just gonna get in the way and I'm gonna remove it eventually anyway. Plus leaves, right? Once I put the asphalt shavings down, this thing is just gonna drop leaves on it every year, and I would need to clean that up as well. No, I'm really against removing like oaks and stuff like that, but it's just on the worst possible location. Sometimes you can't really do anything about it, sadly. I'm gonna plant some new oaks. Don't worry, guys, I have plans for that. Sorry, dude. seitse ei oska. Oh, look at that. Dude, this actually looks a lot better. The only sucky thing about removing those trees is that the spaceport is gonna get full sunlight now. Yeah, that area was actually nicely covered with these trees in the morning. You basically have like nothing in the way anymore. And actually those guys do help out a bit, but not that a lot. I better make sure I don't need to expand that way. You know, all in all, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be worth it, and I'm not gonna regret this decision whatsoever. But anyway, 2 more deals remaining, and we're gonna leave the best for last, as always, because I don't think we'll need any Joseph action with this guy, because it's leading so badly towards that area. I'm gonna fall it there. I just need to remove some of the stuff out of the way. That's a lot easier than the other option. The last one though, that guy is directly leaning over the power line, so we need to carefully pursue it this way. By carefully I mean put in the third gear and take off. I'm gonna temporarily move all this crap away. The tree is probably gonna fall somewhere over there where the little buggy is. So we can keep that guy here. Guys, I'm actually thinking maybe I'm gonna buy like a shipping container. I want to store some things like inside over here, so maybe put the shipping containers somewhere over here and put some of the stuff inside to better organize the area. And for scrap steel I was thinking maybe like a metal box, so I could throw all that stuff in there, and once that gets full I can just call up some type of a dump truck which will take the pile away. That would be a good idea, I think. I figured while I'm at it, I'm gonna do a bit of reorganizing here as well. Got a bunch of empty boxes over there and I'm gonna put them there. I rarely need them right now, but when I do, they're very useful. Also in the future, I'm hoping to get rid of all of these. Well, actually most of them. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get rid of all of them, but most of them at least. I think I have 3 boxes which are filled with hydraulic hoses, so I wanna sort them out and put them on the attic of the main house. So if I need something for hydraulics, I can just find it pretty fast. Right now, if I need something, I can't really find anything because they're just inside the box. You need to empty the box in order to actually find something. Oh, I had a box of glass as well. Okay. Dude, I completely forgot about that thing. I think we can put this under a concrete pad somewhere, and then we don't have to think about it anymore. Hoses. Yeah. I have like a lot of... Well, the boxes are very useful per se, but they look like shit. I don't like the look of it. It just looks like garbage. But this is like the only option I have at the moment to sort different items, and it works for now. I just don't want to keep that option forever. Actually, same situation with the wood cages. I mean, they're very useful to keep stuff like this, right? But they just look like crap. They look so bad. And in the future I also want to make steel cages. These things are very flimsy, you know. kind of attack it at the wrong angle with the bobcat, and the thing will break in half. They're useful, but just look bad. Oh, and this situation, I was kind of thinking that maybe, I kind of like this spot for the logs, honestly, the sawmill material. And I figured once I empty this corner up, go through the sawmill with the stuff, then I'm gonna put the gravel down on this location as well, and go grab a couple of those electric posts, the old posts. I took one down last year, one is still standing. Now those things are pretty big. I think they're like 9 meters long or something like that. I think that would be like a perfect base for logs. I could put the logs on that, and I wouldn't need to have weird crap under there, like some of the logs are actually on the ground, which is not good. And this could remain my permanent sawmill log pile in the future as well. And if I remove the mud from there, have gravel as well, then I wouldn't need to go on mud at all anymore, right? Everything would be, all the operation would be on top of gravel, and I have no reason to go on mud anymore or topsoil. So I'm thinking like not all the way, but just a little bit to cover the log pile area. So if I come here with the bobcat, I'm always on gravel. I don't need to go there. I just hate the mud, This is just crap. You can even feel that the bobcat is struggling while driving through this mess. Now, for example, this looks like really bad as well, but the bobcat doesn't really struggle while driving on it. I guess the base is still pretty solid. It's just like a little bit of mud mixed with the other stuff. But this is crap as well. I want something better. Something agrees over there. Yeah. Wow. Man. Did I actually hit that part with the thing before? Oh man. But sometimes it feels like I have too many dreams, and when I actually do something, then I create like a couple of additional issues that I need to resolve in the future. And it's like a domino effect, You fix something, you fix one thing, but you create 2 new problems. Then you try to fix the 2 new problems, but then you create 4 new problems. That kind of feels like my life right now. But I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying to fix the messes. Maybe one day, once we fix all the issues, we can just quit and pick a new game mode. I've always wanted to be a cat. Just eat and sleep. Well, to be honest, maybe I'm kind of whining too much. Clearly things are getting better, right? I just got to keep at it. For example, what you see here right now, we also had over there. And exactly 2 years ago, we had the same business over here as well. Clearly a lot better now, right? And it's not finished yet. that tree over there, but that's like over 10 meters away. Popular root system, guys. That's just the craziest root system ever. They go everywhere and they're huge. Honestly, wish I had like a longer ladder. Something like 8 meters would be pretty decent. I think that's 6. But dude, they're so expensive. I had no idea. The longest ladder the local store had was 7.8 meters and it was 600 euros, guys. That's 6 meters, so like 400 bucks for that. I had no idea they were so expensive. And it's just a bunch of aluminium, right? Bolted together. I mean, I would love to make my own ladder, but you know me, guys. It will probably end up being so heavy that you can't even move it with the bucket. Now, although I'm gonna try to fall it over there into that bucket, I'm still gonna put it off to the lawnmower and put quite a bit of tension on it as well. I just want to make sure that it doesn't decide to go to the power lines. Dude, this thing just broke off so easily. Plus it landed on the little buggy, which was, by the way, always the plan. Well, actually not quite. through. But I'm pretty close, I guess. Such a lucky little bastard. Took a couple of guys down here as well, but no, it's not really a problem. I was actually planning to thin out this area anyway, and I'm pretty sure these two were candidates for that as well. I want to only leave like nicer straighter pieces here, and everything else needs to take a hike basically. But then again, honestly, I was kind of planning it there, so I'm kind of surprised it went there. Whatever, better than landing on the power line, that's for sure. But look how much wood it actually had to snap before it fell. I guess if we got like a really unlucky wind, a heavy wind from that direction, then this thing might actually break off on its own. This one was leaning pretty badly. But anyway, guys, I'm thinking like a quick time lapse. Clean everything up, free Joseph, and then deal with the final 3. Let's go. Bloody hell. What a success story that was. Oh, by the way, guys. And the oak that we cut down. Look at that. Completely rot inside. Looks like the core of the tree is rot. Got a lot of that going around here, honestly. You know, the last tree which fell down and broke 2 additional trees. Look at that. That's rot as well. And this one, same situation. The cores are rot for some reason. Got a lot of that going on. Look at this, it's completely rot inside. I'm thinking actually that most of them are like that. Maybe we need to remove all of them one day and plant some new trees or something. Kind of weird. But those guys are back now. Yeah, they weren't here in the morning time. It was kind of windy and a bit colder, but the moment the temperatures kind of picked up, they immediately arrived again. I guess there's like a lot of food for them here, maybe. And Spence the provider, look at that. I help to keep the food chain alive. Send me my Nobel Peace Prize, please. But you know, for that little dirt now, I'm gonna put 2 straps because Joseph did manage to actually break one, if you guys remember. Now, in order to break that strap, you need to provide at least 20 tons of pulling force. And it looks like Joseph exceeds that. So just in case, we're gonna put 2 straps, but I don't think we need them, honestly. Just in case though. Stupid ass winds. Why is it that every time I climb a ladder, there's just winds pick up so much? Look at this. You don't have any wind down there. Jopen puhuu, mine perse tuul, mä en saa usukaan, mä isän saanut. ruttu ronid kuhugi puu otsa, siis tuul lendab kuskilt perse hooguskomadega välja. Jõu mees, mis teed, no? Tahad, ma lükkan sind kõrgemale või? Ei taha, kao perse oma tuulega ära. Oh, I'm just enjoying the view. Don't mind my mumbo jumbo talk. It is very nice up here. At least we have some convenient branches. Man, this tree is so huge, I can't even... Oh, look at the power line over there. So cute. Maybe we should fell the tree on it. See what happens. Türa, ma ei ulata isegi teisele poole, see puu on nii paks rais. Oh, no tule nüüd siia, mida sa jebid seal? See ei ulatagi või? Look how big the tree is, man. The strap barely reach. Just in case one more. Oh, by the way, guys, look at that. I think it's organized a bit better now. Yeah. Still could be even better than that. There we go. Your fate is almost sealed, my friend. It sounds like someone's whistling. Maybe I'm just high. Can't remember how I did last time. I need this end to be loose while it doesn't slip over the hook, because I can't keep balance and hold this giant line up there on the ladder. Maybe like zip ties. Maybe that will hold it, hopefully. Osha, look away. Okay, you can come back now. Or maybe, no, in about 5 minutes. Oh man, I think it's not high enough. Maybe it is. Oh yes, exactly high enough. Oh, tere Tuul, jah, kurat, long time no seen. Okay, now your fate is sealed, my buddy. I mean, after I get down and fire up Joseph. Now this trick actually works pretty good. Maybe if I just teleport inside the cab, then it's okay. Hooga booga booga. Look at that. Guess I'm a magician now. Now comes the most exciting event in the observable universe. Firing up Joseph. Oh, the fuel. What? Stupid pants. like a piece of rebar. I mean, look at that thing. Holy. Oh my lord. You know, I think this is one of those pieces of steel that you well, you put next to a young tree, right? So you plant a tree and then you plant like a stick next to it to hold the tree up. But with time nobody removed the stick, and the trees just kind of grew into the stick eventually. I think that's the situation right over there. What do you guys think? That seems plausible. I don't know. It's basically the same situation like we have here. You plant a new tree, you put sticks to support the tree, but instead of putting wooden sticks back in the Soviet days, they put giant blocks of I-beams in the ground next to the tree apparently. I guess steel was more abundant than wood. Screwed up the chain again though. I have to go sharpen that. Wow. I got a little bit of tension on the line right now, but the entire tree is pointing the other direction. I think this thing is gonna fall down regardless if I cut it from the bottom or not. Joseph can pull it down, no problem. I'm gonna try to cut though. Well, the stupid stump ruined my chain on that one, so I have to use that. Too much tension on it. It's already cracking from the other side. To tank that thing is gonna snap barber chair on my ass or something. I'm just gonna floor it with Joseph. Hopefully it's not gonna end up on the gyros loader. How cool would that be? Oh my sweet baby dirt. No, that is rough. That is rough, right? Look at that. Thing broke all the way up here, plus we have cracks there as well. Effectively, I think like 2 or 3 meters of this log is just completely messed up. I don't think you can really use it for anything now. That's what I'm gonna hate. Maybe, yeah, I think I put too much tension on the thing with Joseph. Oh, about Joseph, man. I almost forgot to put the clutch pedal down, but luckily that engine takes forever to die. So I was able to recuperate from that situation. But dude, Joseph has developed some type of oil leak. Doesn't flow at the moment, but I think it's only when it's running. I couldn't see where the thing was coming from. It was coming from under the belly band. So we would need to diagnose that situation eventually, but I noticed there were some pretty severe leaks actually. Okay, I guess not. Who stole my oil? Oh. Yeah, there we go. Okay. But that's not important right now. What's important is that we managed to finally pull down the final tree. And also managed to hit that guy again. Superstitious damage, Captain. You're all good. This thing came down pretty hard. And yeah, like I already mentioned, pretty rough as well. This end is completely foobar. Now otherwise, this is a healthy tree. There's like no rot in the center whatsoever. Very sturdy tree, honestly. This is, you know, poplar is extremely water rich as well, so it will bend around with the wind pretty well before breaking. But it was just in the wrong spot, right? Plus they don't last forever. Even took a chunk of fruit with it. Yeah, the crack is actually up to this point. So I need to cut this, all the firewood. I can't use any of this stuff for sawmilling purposes. Now, luckily though, this tree did have like a weird turn at the base. So I think this actually played out pretty good for us. Yeah, you can see goes like that and then turns like that. The crack is roughly to the point where the turn happens. So maybe not a big loss, however I could have still used this chunk as well. Kind of sad. A lot of good lumber went to waste right now. But good job, Joseph. Got the thing down. No collateral damage. I'm gonna get to work now because we need to clean this mess up as well. Not this crap again. This already ended. I started to like this crap. Oh, by the way, guys, this type of tree, even though we got it down, it has so much energy reserves inside the wood that it will continue producing new growth, like branches and stuff, even if the tree is just kind of sitting in a pile somewhere. I mean the log. I've had poplar logs which have stayed outside for 2 years, and still during the summertime they green up. There's just so much stored energy inside the wood. Apparently willow does this as well. I guess they're both kind of full of water. Kind of funny actually. Just yesterday I put some delicate Girovets parts inside the bucket. We got a couple of pieces of specially shaped sheet metal for the Girovets over there. I figured if they're gonna survive an impact, then this is like the only box capable of providing that protection, right? Dude, that was calculated to perfection. Yeah, who did not see that coming? Certainly not this guy. Yeah, this guy is pretty foobar, but not the worst. Oh. Come on. Not as clean as last time, but still. Cake. Not so excellent job. I blame the gear of it. Dude, stop going everywhere. We got work to do. Look at that. Smells like the end. Mission accomplished, right? So what do you think, guys? Was this worth it? Removing those trees just so ant plants can advance, spread its disease. Wow, that rhymed. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. And make that pad slightly bigger, reimagine the orientation of the firewood processor. Currently I'm thinking the log deck will be, instead of facing that way, I'm gonna face it towards the sawmill shed, so I can load the logs from this side and also from that side with the bobcat, and that will give me like a lot of free space basically in this area. And technically I'm gonna have like a, I don't know, 5 meters by maybe like 5 meters square of free space where I can either park some machines or do the firewood business. Ample room, right? I mean, obviously the first maple tree had to go, right? That thing was dead. And you know, this thing seemed like pretty decent, but one of the branches basically just kind of broke off. It was technically like an individual thing. What oak was rot, but the poplars, both of them, huge and very strong. These were pretty healthy. But yeah, this is good. This is the start of the expansion basically. We just need to fix that guy, and then we can remove the stumps. There's actually quite a few of them here. There's one here as well. This one. 3, 4, 5 stumps basically that we need to remove. I think it's gonna be really fun trying to yank these stumps out of the ground with a 32-ton excavator. Probably gonna take like 5 minutes per stump, right? Joseph can also get these out, but he needs to put some work into it, definitely. He needs to ram from both sides, cutting the roots from the sides, and then he can just kind of lift the stump up. Previously I've used Joseph before many times to remove stumps, and the guy will get the job done, but I think with the hoe that will be a lot more fun. You can see if that thing is worth it or not. And then once we remove the stumps, then I think we need to do the bed, figure out what size that needs to be. And once we do the bed, then we need to do the remaining stuff. In the bed over there as well, rainwater collection system, power lines underground, whatever we need. Once we finish all of them, then we can finish the roads, get rid of the mud, and order the asphalt shavings. I think we're off to a good start, because right now it's just March. It's not even April yet, and we should be able to finish this by next year, definitely, unless something explodes. I mean, before winter, guys, not next year. We need to finish this before winter. But yeah, as for this one, I'm gonna go and do the next stupid thing. So, toodaloo.